Okay, so if you're not paying for the inbox management and you're managing your inbox yourself, then what you need to do is you need to understand how to use the inbox. So what happens is whenever somebody replies to you, what happens is the automation will automatically stop. So, for example, we sent out a connection request to Rob Boone, and then 24 hours after the connection request has been accepted, obviously that first automated message goes out, right? And so you can see that's part of the automation. But what happens sometimes is that they'll actually answer the question that you've asked them. Okay, so if they reply to that first message, what will happen is that the second message won't go out. So the second message that's part of the automation is not going to get sent out because they've replied. And sometimes they'll just reply, hey, nice to meet you. Other times they'll reply by answering the question that you've asked them. It doesn't matter what the reply is. If they reply to your message, the first message, the second message doesn't get sent. So what you need to do is you need to put them back into the automation, and you can do that in several ways. You can basically build another automation. So you can basically add them back to a campaign by building another automation to add them, right, to a campaign. And that automation would start with the second message or the third message, okay? Or what you can do is you can use a templated response. So you can see here, this is actually the second message here. Okay, that was part of the automation that this guy's not going to receive because he's replied. So what you do is you choose the template. So obviously you got to create these templates first, and then you choose the template, and then you click use template. And you can see what happens is the template will now get populated in the bar, but there's a bit of a glitch in the software where you have to actually go into an empty space and just press the space button, and the space button will then enlarge that messaging inbox where you can see the entire message. Now, you can obviously change this to their first name and personalize it a little bit, or if you're just in a hurry and you're ripping through a whole bunch of DMs, then just leave it as "Hey mate" or "Hey there" or whatever. We always like to do the first name, which doesn't take long to personalize, but you would then send that manually yourself as if you're doing the automation, right? So just make sure to do that. But what you need to do is you need to wait. So the automation goes like this, right? You've got the first message, which is the thank you message. And then we send the offer message or the problem finding question message. We send that like 10 to 14 days after that first intro message, right? So just wait a few days. So you can see here, it says July 9th, right? Or you can see when he's sent that message was July 8th. Okay, so that's when he sent that message. So you would wait till like the 20th of July to then resend this one. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this because we don't want to be sending that. But I just wanted to show you the two ways that you can respond and use, the inbox, which is via templates or by building another campaign and then re-adding them to that campaign. Okay, but that's really like a pro level move because you really need to know, how to build proper campaigns, and you need to know which campaigns to add them to, right? So unless you're a pro and you've been doing this for a long time, I wouldn't recommend adding them to a campaign because you could get it wrong, and then basically you're sending them into a wrong automation with the wrong messaging, so on and so forth. So, if you're a pro, you can use add to campaign. If you're not, then just leave it here and use manual messaging. That's the safest method. So hopefully that clarifies how to use the inbox. Obviously, another thing that you want to be doing is you want to be looking at the show more info and having a look at them, who they are, their main headline, their tags, and so on and so forth. That's also very important. Thanks, bye.